Yes, I can see a screen.
Okay, that's good. So yesterday you were working on a list, and I think by now most of you knows how to create a list. How is this? Yeah, we were able to create list, that is list fruits, and even we uh, yeah, I think by now everybody should be able to create a list and even check its length. I think that is the only operation that we checked yesterday. That is just checking the length of a list using this function that is called len. Um, so there are other operations that you can add. I think we're just going to check two operations, and then the others you can just check. I think we check on your own. And I want to show you how you can add an item in a list. In a list, and
James,
yes,
I am still behind. How do I reach where your screen is now? It's like I'm still on the second page.
okay, okay. I think can you share your screen so that maybe I can guide you on how to navigate through the Jupyter. Martin, are you able to share your screen? For those of us who are using Jupyter, this is how we navigate through Jupyter. You can just click okay. You can start by clicking what? Uh, let's say you want to save your files in desktop. I think you can just click desktop. Yes, if you want to add a file, you can just on your right. There is this button, new. I don't know if you're able to see it on your right. Can you click that? So you can start by creating a folder. Have you clicked create a folder? Can you just click new again? Click folder. Yes, you can just I think it has been saved as untitled. You can double click that, and then I think you should be able uh, to change this folder name. Can you click can you click this folder and untitled folder one? I don't know if you're able to change the name from that point. Don't click that. Uh, um, hmm. Okay. Uh, can you click? Okay. Can you go back? just click this arrow here. Have you clicked this arrow here? I want you to go back, or you can just click desktop. Just click desktop here. Yes, can you right click on this untitled folder? Are you able to see uh, options? Let me just check something. No, 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 no. I think you should be able to change this file name, folder name. Just check something from my Anaconda is easy to install. But in the meantime, just navigate where we have new. We will just create a file and then I'll show you how to you can edit that folder name. Just click Python 3. Can you see somewhere Python 3? Yeah, just click that. What is this that I'm seeing in your screen? You, you, you don't have an option of canceling this. Can you scroll down? You are too fast. I want you to scroll down. Enhanced privacy. So I'm just wondering what is this. But you can just scroll down. You must be there must be a button to exit this tab. Okay, can you just click this hide? I want to see the just click hide. Okay, just click got it. I think that's okay. So this is where you're going to be writing your codes. So can you write the hello world program? I don't think that is how I showed you guys to write a hello world program. There must be print, parentheses, and then stuff. Martin, can you write the hello world program? Just write print, and then parentheses, and that p should not be capital. Parentheses, not quotes. You don't know how to yes, and then speech marks, and then you can just write hello world. Okay, can you click run? I think you can see where you have run button, and then you can see it has just executed. Yeah, I think that is. I think now we are good to go. and that one should apply for maybe uh, that one should apply to everyone who is maybe trying to use Jupyter. That is how we navigate through Jupyter. And Martin, any message between print, it should be within speech marks. I think that is the syntax that I gave you guys. But you can stop sharing. I think now you are good to go. Any question? I, I don't think there is any question. So I can just resume my presentation. Um, I was just about to write what we are going to do. As I mean, some operations, the operations that we are going to do on list. That is the add item, and also we are going to learn how to remove an item in the list.
Maybe a last question, James.
Yes.
There was a document you sent in the group,
Uh-huh.
which I tried to upload it,
Uh-huh.
but I don't have an app of opening it. Like something
Oh,
like notes or
yes, you should open that using the Jupyter notebook.
also should now be opening if I open it.
Yes, I think you can in your Jupyter notebook you can see somewhere somewhere written file.
Okay.
Yes, I think you can use that to open. When you click that
Okay.
file button, you will see options for uploading a file. So these are the operations that we are going to learn before we get into dictionary. So let us just learn how you can add an item in a list, and I'll create a new list here. Let me just call it um, okay. Let me just use let me call it football underscore tips. So I think we should start with the first team in the Premier League. That is Liverpool. The second one is it Man City, or I'm assuming is Man City. What is the third team? Is it Arsenal? Okay. The fourth one is it Manu? But I don't think Manu is number four. Aston Villa. Let me just Aston Villa.
Chelsea.
Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea is anywhere near top four. Uh, yeah, that is our list. Even we can just print these just to check that we are able to print our list here. I think Chelsea is somewhere number 10. But I'm not sure. I mean, football. It is teams. I think I should carry all these into a cell. Let me just use these create a new cell here, just to do those operations. So we have the add item. I think I can just try to run this. Let's see if I'm able to get the output before even we think of adding. Yeah, I think that is the list that we have. So adding an item in this list, you can use two methods. You usually have two methods. You can use the insert or maybe extend. You can also use extend to add an item also. But and also we have another method of you can also append. And I remember yesterday I said that list is ordered, and, and by that I meant that if we try to add an item here, it will go at the end. It won't like it will go at the end. If I were to add, I don't know the team number, the team number 5. I don't know, is it Manu or but I think we can just use Manu temporary. Uh, so let us just try to add this. So how we do that is by calling our list name, that is football, and someone should be checking for me which team is number 5. Um, we can use
Tottenham.
Tottenham. Yeah, I think there is no need of money is somewhere number 10. Number 7. So football dot insert, football underscore teams dot insert, and then we are just going to pass whatever we want to insert. Let's say we want to add Tottenham. So I think we can run that. I don't know why I'm getting an error somewhere. Yeah, I'm getting an error because when I use insert, I must specify the index. I must specify where I want to press these Tottenham. So in this case, I want I want to press this Tottenham at the end of this list. So I can just start with the index of Z4 and then comma. I must specify the index. So I can just try to rerun this, and you notice that now in our list, after now printing the the new list, we are getting Tottenham at the end. But um, let me just remove this. So this is just the first item that we have added into this list. I think I think we can also try to add another item. Let me use Manu now, but this time I want to add it in position 5. So I can just click, and you notice that now we have added the second item in our list. So this is just uh, the first way that or the first method that we can use to insert an item in an existing list. So we can also use append. Let me just comment on this and say this one is insert, and it's a method. We can also use append to add an item. Let me just use append here. So we can have again football teams dot append, and then this time around I won't add the index. So I'll just have to add the team name, and this team name should be, which is the next team after Manu. I think now we can add Chelsea. Chelsea. I think we can just try to. And now you notice that our output has our new list has Chelsea at the end. So with append method, we don't add the index. But anytime you want to use the insert method to add an item, you must specify the index or the position that you want to place that item. Um, the next method after adding, I think
Um,
any question up to that point?
I'm getting an error inserting.
When you're trying to insert, what
Yes,
error are you getting?
attribute error.
Sorry.
I had put four teams there.
Uh-huh.
That is football underscore teams is equals to Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, Aston Villa. When I printed that, it came out. But when inserting, I said football underscore teams dot insert.
Then
Then open brackets, 4, then I put comma. Then I wrote in brackets, in speech marks, whatever, and then I close the bracket.
okay, I think uh, any other person who is experiencing the same issue, I think you can just share your screen with us, and
Okay.
then I'll assign someone to help you. And this time I'll choose a lady to help you.
That is my screen, eh?
Yes, we can see your screen. Let me just choose a random person to help you. And
Though it does not have viewers, eh? Mine has many lines.
I can also let me just have a look at this. You're getting football underscore teams dot insert. You're getting set object has no attribute in insert. I think your issue is not even your code. Oh, Mwema, what do you have to say? Mwema, your hand is up.
Chelsea should be
It's fine.
I can see your issue. Yeah, yeah. Uh, all Yvonne, can you help?
I think it's the type of brackets he has used.
Yes,
It's for a
yes,
dictionary instead of a list.
yes. I think Martin, you should check that.
Okay.
You should change you have used you have used the wrong brackets to define your list. We
Will
don't
that work?
we don't use the curl brackets to define a list. We use the squared brackets. There is a difference between the squared brackets and the curl brackets.
So I use this one.
You shouldn't delete everything. Okay, yes, those ones. You can just control Z to undo the stuff.
Okay.
You can just rewrite. And even also you should change in the first line. You should change your curl brackets into square bracket.
Though that one brought, I already printed it. It was working.
No, that one is now you are creating something different, and you will see that soon.
Okay.
Everything
Is that
in
one okay?
yeah, everything in programming has meaning. So
It's still bringing error. Should I highlight to run or I just
just try to okay. I would advise you to insert just click insert.
uh-huh. Here insert.
No, insert. Just above where you have file edit file view insert. I want you
Or here.
to create another cell. Insert
Okay.
just above here.
I've seen this one here.
I want you to create another cell. Yes, insert a cell above.
Uh-huh. I click here. Okay.
I think it has just created a new cell here, and then you should copy all your code to that cell.
This one's.
Yes, just Control X to cut and then paste it there.
Mhm.
I think you have just copied. You should have cut that code.
Okay, cut.
I think you should try to rerun with that. You're getting a different error. You're getting a what is this? Are you able to read this?
Bulletin underscore function underscore or underscore method object is not subscribable.
I think let me just go through this.
What if you add the print football teams?
Vince, what are you saying?
below that, maybe if he adds the print football teams.
Or he tried to print, but I think even without printing, we shouldn't get these errors. But you can just try to print. It should run without errors. I'm just wondering why you have this issue. Any other person who is getting the same issue? Von?
I don't have the same issue, but I'm thinking
Yeah.
Apple in front of insert, instead of using those brackets, he uses parentheses. Will it make a difference?
Again, he is using the wrong brackets because insert is a function. Yes, that is the issue he has. So, Martin, you should change your. You see line two, line two of your code. You should change those brackets.
I have already changed line 2. This football underscore teams dot insert.
You should not use square brackets at that point because insert is a function. You should use parentheses at that point.
I had used that before.
Yes, it should be a parenthesis, not and you should be keen on where to use these brackets. You can now try to run. I think you shouldn't now run into issues.
Maybe I will get corrected out as we go on.
Even the print one is
Even the
wrong.
print.
Yeah, even the print you have used the wrong bracket. You should be keen on the brackets that you're using.
I have changed these brackets now 2 times while you.
Can you now run?
Yeah, now it has run.
Yes. Just note where to use where to use these square brackets and also the parentheses. Parentheses they are for functions. And I think I've repeated that several times. So you are at this point where you are trying to append and also an insert. So I don't know if there is a question regarding append and insert. I think they are quite straightforward. Any question?
My question was, yours look different, eh?
Yes. Different in which way? This is because I'm not using Jupyter. I'm using Colab. If you are saying it is different in terms of the interface, I'm using a different IDE. I'm using the Colab. I'm using the Jupyter. But provided your code is running, I think you're good to go. So let us just move forward to dictionary. If at all there is no question, insert and append. It's just a slight difference that insert you must indicate the index. While append you don't have to add the index. So let us just move forward to dictionary. I think the next thing was the dictionary. These dictionary stuff. Yeah, dictionary in Python. Huh? And also just a reminder, you should also check the other functions that we have in a list. You can just check. You can check functions like extend. I think you should do more research. I'll send you a book that will help you to understand more about lists and even other things that we have learned. Um, so let us just move to dictionary in Python. And dictionaries are used to store data values in key value pairs. So dictionary is slightly different from a list, simply because now we have now introduced a key. Initially in list we didn't have key, but when it comes to dictionary, now we have a key value pairs. I can just give you an example here, whereby I have let me just call these dictionary cars, so that it can make sense. Yeah, let me should also change this. What I mean by key and value pairs is you must have a key, like in the first item in this dictionary. And now, Martin, you should check. Now, when it comes to dictionaries, now this is where we are using the curly brackets. Let me just indicate the syntax for this. Syntax for it should be dictionary name underscore name is equals to this. This is the syntax of creating a dictionary, where you have your dictionary name and then the values that it should be key and value. You can have another key and value, let's say 1. Let me just use 2. And this one I can use maybe 1. So this is the syntax for creating a dictionary, whereby we start by your dictionary name and then assignment operator, and then you have key and then value, and then we have our second key, and the list continues. I can just and the list continues. Uh, having said that, we can have an example of a car list, whereby you'll have information about a car. I'll set its brand, model, and year. So I think I can just use the most used car. I think most of us nowadays are using is it they're using Toyota. They're using Toyota. Model we can have Beats. I don't know if that is the right spelling for Beats. And Beats we can have a 2015 one. I think that is it's a new model for Beats. So if you can check here, I'm having brand as my key, and the value for the brand is Toyota. Again, I'm having a model as again key, and Vix is my value for that. And here I do notice that here I have not pressed 2015 inside some speech marks, simply because it is an integer. I don't think there is a sense of writing these inside speech marks. It is an integer. So this is how we create a dictionary. You can add more and more items in this dictionary. So I think also a car should have something like color, and this one we can use white. Anything else that should the car have? You can just suggest anything. I think those are enough.
Body type.
Body
You can
type.
have station wagon or
So we should include body type. Did you say body type?
I said body type.
Body type.
Yes.
Okay, body type. Let me just say. This one should be. Its value should
Station
be.
wagon.
Yeah.
Station wagon.
Oh, station
Wagon.
wagon. Yeah, station wagon. Yeah. Station wagon. I think that is enough information about this car of ours. And you notice these all characteristics of this car. This car should be a car, not cars. You notice that I'm separating them with commas. So again, that one is the syntax. If you leave commas, again, we'll land into issues. So I think we can just run these to see the output. Just a minute.
We lost your screen. Are you presenting?
Oh, as an issue. Okay, I'm hoping that you can hear me now, right? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I was saying that we should run these. Let me just run these in a different set. Let me just copy these. I don't want to run the whole stuff here. Let me just add another cell above below here. And this one is a dictionary. So we can run these, and we are going to get all the characteristics of this car. The best thing with dictionaries, we can get specific characteristic of this car using the key, right? If you are interested with the brand, I think you can just write brand here, and then if we try to run this, you're just going to get the brand. What I'm trying to mean is that you can access you can access what you can access car characteristics using the key for each characteristic. So also I can access, let me say I want to access color for this car. You just have now to use the squared brackets, and then you will get whatever characteristics that you want to display. So I can also run that, and you will see the color of our car is white. So I think that is all about dictionary. So that is basically that is how we create a dictionary. So anytime you hear of dictionary, just remember of a key value pairs. And the difference now between a list and a dictionary is to define a list we're using angled, no, not angled, but we're using squared brackets, but for dictionaries we're using curved brackets. You should note that. So for items in a list, you can access items in a list using an index, but for dictionaries again we are accessing these these characteristics of this guy using the using key, that is key brand, key model, key air, key color, and body type. So those are some of the differences between list and dictionary. They're just slight differences. So I think we can just, if there is no question, we can just move forward. We can just move forward to what? Let us just check. I think that is all about dictionary. Uh, Something also interesting is that you can also use the dictionary constructor, it's called the dict constructor, to create a dictionary. So I think I have an example here. I think you can just, let me just copy this. Let me just copy this, and I will see how to use that dict. Let me just create another cell here that we can have. This is creating dictionaries dict constructor. So we can have this example here. Let me call this uh, let me just use I think personal information. I can call it the personal information. Personal info. I can change this one to again personal info. Personal info. Should be like that. So in this personal information, I have I'm assigning this one to dict, the dict now function. This one is a functional. This one is a constructor. or basically a function. And now you notice that I'm using equal sign. I'm no longer using this full colon. So I'm just assigning name to John, I'm assigning age to 36, I'm assigning count to uh, to Norway. So this is the slight difference when creating creating a dictionary using the normal way and using a dict constructor. So if I try to print this information again, you'll notice that I'm getting now the dictionary here. That is the name John and stuff. I can also access this personal information using the key. Let me say, let me just check. Let me just retrieve. Should I retrieve name? Let me say I want to retrieve a name. And you can see I've gotten John. You can also try to retrieve age or country. So I think that is basically that with the dictionary. There is nothing difficult there. So I think we can just move forward to the other part. And I want us to check tuple. Or if there is any question with dictionaries. Are we good with dictionary? There is a question from Yvonne. What is your question, Yvonne?
I'm requesting, can you go back to dict something? Well, I was requesting
Yes.
you go back in the dict command. I just wanted to check something.
At this
Please. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, I had an error running. I think it's because I never put um, quotation marks on the name.
Okay.
Let me try again.
Okay. Any other concern?
Hello, mine refused, so I just kept cool.
What is the issue again, Martin?
It is not an issue again, but let me check. Let me check.
Martin, you should check on the syntax. If you want to perfect in programming, you will have to check your syntax.
Mine has worked. Thank you.
That's good. I think it should be like that. So I think we can just move forward to tuples. And then after tuples, we're going to learn what are arrays. So let us just begin with tuples. So tuples, we are told that are used to store multiple items in a single variable. And I think you have also seen that with the list. And also we are told that tuple is one of the built-in data type in Python, and it is used to store collections of data. Uh, the other three, I think we have checked. We have checked list. We have also set and dictionary. I think we have checked dictionary. Um, yeah, I think those are the four built-in data types in Python. That is list. We have set, dictionary, and I think I'm missing one, which is the array. Add array here, so that they can be before. Tuples are written with the round brackets or the what we are calling parentheses, and also you can. I think we can have an example here. Create a tuple. This tuple, I think we can just call it fruits. And this one is quite similar to list. Good fruits. So this is how we create a tuple. We use around brackets or the parentheses. So you should note these small differences. When we come to dictionary, we have curly brackets. When we get to list, we have square brackets. But now at tuple, again we have a different type of brackets. That is the parentheses. And the differences between now the tuples and the list. I think you can just check the characteristics of tuples, and then maybe from there you will note you can maybe note the difference between a list and a tuple. So we are talking of tuple. Tuple items are ordered. I think that is similar to list. Uh, the second thing is that tuple items are unchangeable, unlike in what list. So this one, I think we said a list is mutable, to mean it can items can be changed, but these tuple items are immutable, to mean that they cannot be changed. You cannot change the values, the item. I mean the items. And also we are told that this one allows duplicate values. So those are some of the characteristics of tuple. And also tuple items are indexed. I think that is similar again to list. Um, Anything else to learn about tuples? Um, I think those are some of the characteristics that we have in tuple. So let us just have these example here. Let me just call it. Vince, what is the question?
Why would you use a tuple instead of a list or vice versa?
Okay, that is a good question. So it now depends on what you are trying like to put in that maybe list or tuple. So in case the elements that you want to add in a tuple, maybe in a list, if at all you don't want, if at all you maybe in future you won't change them, you won't like require to change them. Uh, the best the best the best data type to use is what is tuple. It always depends it's the elements that you want to add in either tuple or list. If at all you might want to change them in future, you are going to go for list. But if at all now you don't want them like to be changed, you will have to use a tuple. I don't have I don't think I have an example, but that is I think that is simply the uh, like that is simply how you can maybe you can like choose to do what, to maybe use tuple or list. It always depends on the data that you want to insert in those data types, either a list or the tuple. So if you want the data to be changed in future, you can use a list. If you don't want to, then again you can use the tuple. Because while coding, you'll find that some instances maybe you won't require to change your the already stored data. And now the right data type to use there is a what? If you don't want to change, use a tuple. If you want to change, then you'll have to use a list maybe in the future. So I think that is simply what will help you to 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 choose which is the right data type for you. Um, so I think that is all. So again, we can check the tuple line using the same function, that is the line. I think these things are now repeating themselves, so I don't have to illustrate these. I don't have to illustrate that. So we have an example here. Tuple item can be of any data type. I think I have two good examples here. That is tuple 1, where I have apple, banana, cherry. After tuple 2, where I have integers. I can also have Boolean values. Uh, we can also have a tuple containing different data types. I think also we saw this with a list, whereby you can have a tuple having string, having integers, having Boolean values, having another integer, having even also another string. So I think that is all about that tuple. And we have also a constructor for for creating a tuple. Again, we will use it the same way we use the dict and the list constructors to create a tuple. So like this one, I have this tuple is equals to tuple, and then I'll just have to insert my values here. In this case, I have apple, banana, and cherry. I think that is all about tuples. And if you guys allow me to, if there is no question, I think I can just move to arrays. Again, this one is a data type that we are going to be using more. So it's good to go through it. With array, uh, an array can hold more than one value at a time. If you have a list of maybe, let's say if you have a list of items, maybe for example, storing the cars in a single variable could maybe look like this. Well, then we have car 1 as Ford, we have car 2 as Volvo, we have a BMW. So this is how it looks like when you are storing a single variables holding one date one what one item. But now we can change these using an array. We can put all these ones. We can put all these cars in one array and give it a name, maybe cars. So, however, we are saying that what if we want to loop through the cars? In case maybe now you have one variable in storing one item. So in this case, you are not going you are not you will not be able to loop through these cars if one variable hold a single item. But um, just take a case where you have 300, maybe 300 cars. Are you going to write maybe car 1, car 2 up to car 300? I don't think that is I think that is tiresome. And the way we can simplify that is now having an array. You just have your cars in a list, and give that have those cars in an array, and then we can assign that array just to a single variable name, and then you can add all your now 300 cars. I think I was just trying to explain something here. However, I'm saying, however, what if now you want to loop through the cars and find a specific one? So in this case, you are not you are not going to achieve that. So and what if maybe you don't have 3 cars now, you have 300 cars? Again, you will have to define to have so many variables like car 1, car 2, car 3, car 4, up to 300. I think that again is tiresome. So the way we can the solution to that is an array. That is what I'm saying here. And because I'm saying that an array can hold many values and a single name, and you can access those values by referring to an index number. So to access the elements in that array. I think I've illustrated that with just a simple example. So now when I have cars, they are in this array.
There's an echo from your end.
Okay, I think. What about now?
Still there.
Is it better now?
I believe you can just go ahead.
Yes, yes. I think now it's good. So I can now bring those items into one array, and now you notice that again, well now defining an array, we are using again square brackets, like we used in. Why did you use square brackets? Can someone tell me why we use the square bracket? Is it a list? Yeah, I think in list we used again square brackets. Why is this? So I'm just having that cars and then BMW a cars, and then it has this is my array name. So again, this is the syntax. Let me just, I think I forget to write this syntax. Syntax. It should be like that. Syntax. Yeah. So it should be array name underscore name, and then is equals to value 1, can have value 2, value 3, think that is the syntax for creating an array, and you can see this again. Now with an array, I'm also able to access. I think there is somewhere I've stated that we're able to access a single item. I think it's just right here. We are saying that an array can hold many values and a single name, and you can access the values by referring to an index number. I think that is what I'm trying to say here, or to achieve here by saying that I want to achieve to retrieve the car at index 0, and the car at index 0, that should be my BMW. Yeah, if I try to run this, I think I should create another cell. Let me just create another cell. Just above here. Let me just have a different cell here. And this one we are talking of arrays. That is creating an array. Accessing items. So then I can just have this. So you notice now that I'm assigning this value. I'm assigning this the value at index 0. I'm assigning it to a variable here. So this x is just a variable that will hold the value that I'm going to return here. So if I try to print now x, let me just print x. You can also choose not to assign that to a variable, and maybe just decide to have a direct print. You're getting a BMW, but you can choose to assign this to a variable. Let's call that variable x, and then maybe give it and then give it this value we are getting here. I think this is an easier way of doing this. And then just now we try to print that x. Then we're just going to get the same output. You can also access item at index 1, and then you get Volvo, and then yeah, you can access any item in your array using an index. I think that is simply that. Any question up to that point? So up to that point, are we together, Martin? As there is a question from Brianna. What is the question, Brianna?
My question is, why do I use different type of brackets?
I can't hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm saying,
Yes.
why do we have to use different type of bracket instead of using just one?
Oh, well, we use it. Okay. In programming, we have.
Because I can see the round bracket and then the square bracket, so I'm confused. Why should we use which and when?
Okay. think I had said this earlier. I said that in programming we have different types of brackets, and those different types of brackets they used to mean different things, right? So so if I have when I'm talking of maybe a function, when you hear of a function in Python or any other programming language, there must be parentheses like this one here now. There must be these parentheses, that is these brackets. Again, when we come to now dictionary, we are having a curl brackets, and now this is what we are calling syntax. You should now learn the syntax to create codes. Again, now when you come to tuple, we having parentheses. When we come to list and arrays, again we are using a square bracket. So it's upon you now to learn this syntax, and you know where to use what brackets. So and that is why I'm just taking you through these syntaxes, so that it can be easier for you now to write these codes on your own anytime that you want to maybe create a, a program to do something. It won't be difficult for you to write a program, because you will have learned these syntaxes. So Brianna, what you're doing, you are learning the syntax. These brackets, they are part of syntax now. So you should be able to learn them and understand them.
Now Martin is here.
Martin, what is your question?
Yeah, my issue is I didn't the current one I'm okay, but I'm still in the last one, the behind one. I will come for the assistance, but now I'm okay with this one.
Okay. So I think that is all about arrays. I think you can just try to check the methods that we have in arrays. Let us just see these. I think we can just again learn how to add elements in array. And you notice these methods, they are repeating themselves. Like again in array we have the append function, and this append function is used to add elements in array. So there is these words that I'm using interchangeably. That is a method. I can use a method or a function. So these ones, they just mean the same. So you can use you can use append function again, like in list, to add an element in array. Before even we get into adding something in array, I think I can show you how to look through the items in array. So let us just move back to this array of ours. What is this? It should be here. So you notice that in this array, I was just trying to use index to retrieve data. Now, what about if I want to get all these data? What should I do? Should I print cars? You have that option, or you can use a loop, the for loop. I think we'll learn more about loops. So you can have for car in cars. I can just try to print a car. I think you should get. This one should be a car. I'm just trying to look through these cars and using a for. This one is called a for loop. It helps us to look through items in a list or maybe an array. So I can just try to run this, and now you see that uh, I have my items here. I have all my items in this in this array. So this one is a loop. I think we will learn more about loops. But in the meantime, just know that this is how we do. We do loop. We do loop through what? Through items in an array. Items in an array. And then now we can come to the append function. I think I can just come to append function. So we are just trying to append. It's just similar to how we appended an item in list there. So we can have cars. We start by invoking this variable name here, cars dot append, and we want to maybe to add another what, a Toyota. Toyota. I think we can just try to print this. I can comment out this. And now just try to print cars. So you see now that I have added a new car in the array. It's just that simple. You call your variable name, that is cars, and then dot append, and then you just add the item that you want to add. It's just that simple. And again, this one is a repetition of what we were doing in lists. Let me check if you have another method to look at. But there are so many methods when it comes to arrays. But we'll just check a few because of time. Yeah, that is adding an array. We can also learn how to remove an element from an array. We do that using what? Using we can use the pop method to pop something out, and also we can use the remove. But not the difference between pop function and the remove function. When we use pop, we are going to remove elements using the index. But for when you use now remove, we are just going to remove elements by their name, by their value, or by their name. I think you can just do this very fast. What is this? Okay, yeah. Let me just add something here. Removing items in a list, in an array. First, we are going to use pop. So you can we have pop and we have remove. So with pop, we said that we use index. I think we can use index, and this one we're using remove by value. I think that is it. So we can have an example. Let's say we want to remove the BMW, and the BMW here is at index 0. So in arrays we start from index 0, moving. So this one is index 0, the other one is 1, the other one is 2. I think I can just write index, then I can just comment that. So let us just try to remove cars.pop. Want to remove index 0, and then we just try to print cars again, to see if we have it removed. I think you can add a message here. Remove item in index 0, and this is and this is just a message that I want to display, and I think I can just run this. So you notice that initially I had this array with BMW, Volvo, Ford, and Toyota. But now after I removed the item in index 0, that is equal to BMW, I have now Volvo, Ford, and a Toyota. That is how we use the pop method to remove. Using the remove method, I think I can just use the cars dot remove, but this time round I want to remove this by name. Let me just remove Volvo. Volvo. Then I can just try to print out the output. I can have a message after removing Volvo. Then I can just have cars. So let me just try to run this. And now you'll notice that initially I had this array with 4 cars. I removed the first element, that is index 0, and that is BMW. After that I removed the next car again, Volvo, and now I'm left with two items. I think that is how we do the remove operations with both pop and remove. Any question? I think that is clear. So let me just take you through the functions that you are going to check on your own. There are so many methods. Like you can also delete. I think you you have discussed the read by using the remove and pop. So these are the other methods. I think you can check them on your own in the notes. I think I shared this file. You can check append, you can check clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse, sort. So these are the functions that you are going to go through on your own. Any question regarding those data types? Yes, there's a question from.
Excuse. Pardon for remove.
Oh, for remove. Okay, let me just do that. Yeah, let me just go to where we have remove. Where is this? It's below here. Let me, where is it? Yeah, I think it's just here. So remove we are removing by value. So this one you must like be aware of what item you have in your array. So and in this case I just want to remove the Volvo car, and I'll just invoke the cars dot remove, and then I'll just have to pass my the item that I want to remove. So let me, I think I can just maybe, but that won't make sense. But it's just this simple. You just call your array name, that is car, and this car array will have cars will have a method remove. So it is cars dot remove, and then the car that you want to remove. We can even remove. Let me just copy paste this and remove another car. That is copy, and I paste it here. I want to remove now the Ford car. So I'm removing by value, and the value is Ford, and the value here is Volvo. Unlike in pop, I was just using an index. I can just put a random index, provided there is an item in that index, it will just be removed. But for using the remove function or method, I must be knowing there is that element that I want to remove. So I think I can just run this. And I notice that now I'm getting just Toyota because I have removed Ford, I have also removed Volvo. Is it clear? I'm hoping that is clear. You can even remove the Toyota, yeah, the Toyota, so that you can be left with an empty array. But you should practice. Yeah, I think that is that. Um, you go check. I think I said I'll share with you a book. That is a book for Python programming. So you will check these methods there and try to do operations. You can even create an array of maybe 100 items and just try to manipulate those items using these methods. It's fun, by the way. So if you allow me, I'll just move to the next file. Let me just open a file here. I want to upload something here. I can just use the browser stuff. So let us just move to this file. I think in here I have, what do I have here? I think this one was just a continuation of those arrays, but I think we have discussed those arrays. I think I've also repeated that. That is the car.append, that is car.pop, remove. And this, I had even the demo in the G by the G wagon, right? But these are the notes for this dictionary and tuples. I think I'll also share. I think we have discussed most of these, right? I think these are the refined notes on Python array, the data types. So I think I'll share these with you. So I think I can just introduce to us something different. Let me upload a file here. Let me upload. Like, oh. So I want us to check Python conditions and if statements. I think we had checked about logical conditions from maths, whereby you got equal, not equal, less than. I think we checked all these. But today I want us to check a very important condition, and that is the if statement. It's called an if statement, and if is a keyword, so meaning that you cannot name your variable as if. This one is a keyword, and we can just have it's just the normal if this should happen. So I think we can just have an example. Um, think you can use this one. Yeah, let me just use this code here. So let us have our, we will have a and b as our variables here. Let me just uncomment. Let me just copy this and add a cell somewhere here, and I'll uncomment this. So let's say I have two variables, that is a and b, and I'll assign what? I'll assign a is equals to 33 and b will be 3. So I can check. I can check if let's say b is greater than a, I want to print a certain message. If maybe if use the if, this one is just to mean else if, but to use the shorthand of else if, we call it if. So it is if b is greater than I think I should even delete this. Let me just delete this so that we can start afresh. I can just comment it out. Let me just start afresh here. So I want to check if maybe a is greater than b. I want to, so, and this is how we use the if. Let me just have the syntax here. So everything in programming is syntax. So we have if, and then we are just putting a condition here, and then we add that with a colon, and then we have, if this condition is met, we are going to execute a certain number of statements here. We call it, we are going to execute this block of code. We can also have an if. This one is just to mean else if maybe this condition is not met, we move to the next block of code. So meaning that this block of code, if this condition is not met, we are not going to execute this code. So if we run our program, we will go now to the next block of code. Again, we check the if condition. If it is met, again we have another a block of code here to execute. Block of code here to execute. And then we can add this by having an else. If maybe these two conditions are not met, the first condition and the second condition, we can maybe execute the final block here. Block code block. I think it should be code block. Sorry. Is it block code or code block? I think it should be code block. Should copy this here. So we are just like trying to check some conditions. So let me just use an example that will make sense. Let's have what example am I going to use? Let me just have man is equals maybe to, let me just have max. if I have, let's say, marks, no, pass mark. I think this one will make sense to you guys. Pass mark is, I think in most universities, pass mark is it 40? I think in our school it was 40. Yeah, it was 40 for different units. So I have, let me just have this. Let me comment on this. This is the syntax. I just want to check if I can also have maybe marks here. Or you can just let me just have Martin marks underscore marks. Martin, I'm going to give you that marks.
Maybe put 70 here.
This example, and then next example I'll give you 70. Yes, Martin's marks is 30. So I can just check if Martin's marks if Martin's marks is it below pass mark or is it above pass mark? So you can check if Martin's so you can just check if Martin underscore marks no. Let me just call these marks. And I can give that one to 0. And I can also check if marks is greater than pass mark. I want to print something here. Let me just print. I want to print a message here. Let's say that student has passed. Let's say the marks. We can give the marks. So we are just going to be changing these marks here. We can have an else. We can print what? Let me just print maybe something here. That student has maybe failed. We can say that that student has failed. Then we indicate the marks that student has. So I think that program can run. And what do you think will be the output in this case? So just someone to guess the output for this. So which statement will be executed here? We are just saying that if marks is greater than the pass mark, we are going to get that that student has passed. Then we'll indicate the marks that that student has. I think I can also add. Okay, let me just say like that. So else we are going to do what? We are going to execute this block of code here. The student has failed, and then we are going to indicate the marks. So in this case, I am having marks as 0. So I'm asking which statement will be executed here? Yes,
That student has failed.
the student has failed. Yes, I think we can just run this to confirm. I don't know why it is taking ages to run this simple code. I think it has run. Yes, we are getting the student has failed with 0. Let me just add this. That's 0 marks. 0 marks. Let me just try to rerun this. And then you'll notice there is a difference in our output. Again, the student has failed with 0 marks. So if I was to change this now to maybe 50, we are going to get what output? The student has passed with 50 marks. I think that is simply that. I think it's just that simple. The student has passed with 50 marks. I think we can also add these marks here. Yeah, let us just try to rerun this. Let us just try to rerun this, and we are going to get that the student has passed with 50 marks. You can improve this code even to give you grades. With just this simple, with just we can like create a grading system whereby, let's say, if the marks is greater than maybe 50, we are sending that grade to grade A. No, 50 is it 50? I think it's C. I think you can you develop that? Do we have even time to develop that? But I think I can just develop for grade A and grade B, C. Then I think we can just do that very fast. So let's say that the pass mark is 40, and I want to, if the max is greater than what? If the max is greater than 70, I think most universities grade 70 as A, greater or equal to 70. We want to print that this grade is, let us have this grade A. yeah, print grade A. We can have now an else if statement hapa. Else if max is let's say what, so this one is A, so we want for B. So what are we going to write here? If max is greater than 60, if the max is greater than 7, no, greater than, is it greater than 60, and less what? We can have a combination here, less than 70. What are we going to print here? I don't know where I'm getting this. I think you can just have this as less than 60. No, greater than. Should it be greater than 60? Yeah, greater than 60. I think this one will serve purpose. Greater than 60. You want to print that grade as B and have a copy. This is just a simple grading system. You can also have a copy of this. Let's talk of now 50. It is greater than 50. We can call it. Is it a C? Yeah, you can call it a C. Else I think we can, in the else block, we can just print that the student has failed, and then with marks. So if my marks is 50, let me just, if my marks is 50, let me see where I will be graded, or what will be my grade here. I don't know why I'm getting that the student has failed. Yes, and I should get a student has failed because my marks is 50, and we are talking of if marks is greater than 50. So I think we should, greater than 4. No, there is a D. So I think our marks should be let us just put maybe 51, and I try to run this again. So you notice that I'm graded as my grade is C, and I have a typo. That is not the spelling for grade. It should be grade grade here, grade C, and yeah, I think that is better. So if my marks is 51, I get a C. If I happen to change this one to maybe 70, I'll get a what? Is it an A? Yeah, I'll get an A, because I'm saying that if max is greater or equal to 70, I'll be graded as A. I think that is. I think now you can see the use of if statement. You can create a large block of code using the if and the else if statement. So this is just a simple grading system. I think you can also try to run it on your side. So any question up to that point before we drop off? Any question regarding the if statement? Call this one if statement.
I think this one was simple.
This one is a simple one, right? I think coding is now starting making sense. If there is there any question?
Yes, the question is in the insert.
Insert.
Yes.
Okay, just a minute. I'm talking of the if statement. Are we good with if statement? Thumbs up for the if statement. I think we are good with if statement. So any other question? I think we are good with this if statement stuff. So tomorrow we will continue with this if statement and see what it can do. And so Martin, you had a question on the insert.
Yes, mine failed.
So what is your issue with insert? So can you share your screen so that Fahiza can help you? I think Fahiza is quite today. Fahiza, how are you?
Can we leave?
I think you can. Who is that? Who is that? I think you are the one who is going to help Martin. Let us help Martin, and then we can drop off. So Martin, you can show your screen.
My screen is